Hello everyone! Welcome to our first edition of Wise Up Wednesday. Wise Up Wednesday is our collection of rants, musings and general insights into this crazy world of fitness, health and diet that we've really become rather passionate about in the last few years. And we feel like you need to know a little bit more about the truth of what's really going on. So today's Wise Up Wednesday is, James?
It's about gluten, or more specifically, gluten intolerance. So we're seeing a lot more people presenting with allergies and intolerances, and I think there's evidence that allergies and intolerances are on the rise because of the way we live now with more cleaners and the way our food chain is. However, it's also true that gluten is present in a lot of our foods. And often when people are saying they're gluten intolerant, they really aren't. They're just consuming too much gluten in their diet. So there is a condition called celiac disease, which is a very serious autoimmune disease, which does make you highly allergic and have adverse reactions to gluten.
But how many people does it affect?
Less than 2% of the population. And you can have varying levels of intolerance to gluten. But I take a moment to think. I think the problem today is like so many people are already in a stressful state and we're eating on the hoof a lot and in a rush. So it's probably not necessarily that you're intolerant to this or to that. It's just that you're grabbing food, shoveling it down fast when your system is already in a stressed state. Yeah. And then guess what? That's leading to feelings of like discomfort,
bloatedness,
bloating, pain, sore tummy. And a lot of people, I think gluten's become trendy to blame, so a lot of people just shift it onto, oh, it's gluten, I'm gluten intolerant.
But what actually started this rant?
So this started this rant was two things, Claire. Two things. One, I was in the shower and I saw Claire's new shampoo, and it said.
He didn't use it. Normally he uses it.
I didn't
all
use
up.
It. It said it was gluten-free shampoo, and I was like, "Wow, okay, that's interesting." And then we're on stage now that like shampoo is gluten-free.
I didn't actually buy it gluten-free.
And then I was in a pub and I saw they had gluten-free lager, and I was like, "Wow, okay, so."
Which is great for the 2%.
It's great for 2%, but so here's the thing with gluten: it's in a lot of convenience food, a lot of pre-made food, processed food. It's obviously in like your bakes, your bread goods and stuff like that. It is used as a filler in a lot of stuff. So we're probably just consuming too much of it. Yeah. And if you address your diet sensibly by just taking out a lot of the convenience foods and your fast carbs, your breads, your cakes, you decrease your gluten amount anyway. What gets our goat is people just going, I'm gluten intolerant.
I'm gluten intolerant and I can't have gluten.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is when you know that they're saying they're gluten intolerant, but actually they're not fully aware of the things they're eating because they have gluten in them.
Yeah.
So actually, the thing that gets my goat with the whole gluten-free thing is we fully respect. So we're not saying we fully respect people's choices, but it's when you can tell that it's actually more of a way of restricting their diet and what they're eating. So gluten is in a lot of kind of carb-heavy food. So instead of saying, I don't want those carbs, it was almost more socially acceptable to say, I'm gluten intolerant, so that people didn't feel, they had an excuse not to eat the bread and the pasta, which actually, great, isn't actually really good for you if it's in its white form, and too much of it, as James was saying, isn't great for you. But it's become, again, it's one of those fads that just actually has got crazy and completely out of control and isn't actually, it doesn't affect, like we said, more than like 2% of the population.
If you have celiac disease, then it's a serious thing. But we've all been in situations at dinner and someone orders like a fish or something, and it comes with a sauce, and like, oh, is the sauce gluten-free? No, take the whole thing away. It's overreaction. It's frustrating.
But if you restrict anything, another thing we were going to say is if you restrict any part of your diet, gluten-free, anything, fat-free, sugar-free, you are going to naturally drop some body fat. Your shape will change. If you're dropping anything out of your diet, you'll probably get the result of losing some fat. We don't really like to say weight, but losing some fat and some weight probably, because you're taking something out of your diet and you're changing it, and your body's responding to that. It's not, it's just a way, again, of having a fad.
Yeah, for most people, you are probably not gluten intolerant. You're probably just A, not eating mindfully and eating in a stressed state, so whatever you're eating is going to cause you some sort of discomfort. B, just having too much gluten in your diet, but having too many of the wrong kind of things. Listen, I'm not intolerant to alcohol, but if I drink 18 pints, it has an adverse reaction. Same with gluten.
Does.
If you're smashing cake and pasta all day, yeah, you're going to get bloated. But it doesn't mean you're intolerant, you just had too much of it.
That is rant over.
Sense.
That's kind of rant over. If you want to learn more, we're going to be doing this every Wednesday. So just kind of revealing what we feel about the industry and some of the BS that's out there and going on. And also look out for some new kind of stuff that we've got coming up. We've got some exciting projects going on, so we'll be sharing those with you soon. Okay, thanks for listening.